Wow, I really hate that. I hate that. I hate that. This is the worst. This is the worst. Who comes up with these things? But it doesn't go into your thing when you squish it on there. Anyways, moving on. That's not the point of this video. Hey beauty warriors, welcome back to Battle Tested Beauty. My name is Nicole. So I don't know about you, but my foundations are not matching me anymore. Everything that used to be way too pale is more or less my skin tone now. And the foundations that I normally love and match me nicely are a little too deep. So I don't know if anybody else is having this problem, the whole no sun thing and no tanning thing and all that kind of jam, but I have like 15 foundations that are utterly useless to me now. So I ran out and I got myself some shade adjusters. So I thought this would be a great time to check out to see if this stuff worked. And believe it or not, I have foundation that is way too deep for me that I've adjusted on this side, and a foundation that's way too pale for me that I've just adjusted on this side. And they both more or less match me. It kind of looks the same. You can barely even tell that I've got two completely different color foundations on. Right? I went and bought the Physicians Formulas ones. There are ones from Cover Effects, I believe, as well. There's a bunch of them, I think. But these guys are affordable. So if you want to see how I got some mismatched foundations to match my face, stick around. So today I've got nothing on my skin right now. I got my eyes done, my eyebrows done, because I want to try and play with these shade adjuster drops. I don't know if y'all are going through this right now. I actually try and avoid my skin, like on my face, being exposed to sun, period, like ever. But it definitely was still being exposed to sun at some point because I've been indoors for about a month and a half with very little sun exposure. A lot of my foundations aren't matching anymore. Like, well, most of my foundations had actually been way too pale and I just shoved them all in a bucket somewhere and I was like, okay, I'll look at you another time or give you away. No, everything like matches me or is too deep at this point. I always kind of avoided playing with stuff like this, largely because like it just seemed like such a pain in the ass. You'll see, I just, like I put some of the makeup on my face. So I did this side, not right now, you'll see in the thing. I did this side with the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the color Vanilla. And then I did this side with the Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation in the color Natural Beige. You can tell that my left side is too deep and my right side is too pale, although it's not that bad. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, something that's called Vanilla is kind of gonna match me and I'm a little mad about that, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna do the exact same thing again. So I'm gonna put the e.l.f. on this side, but I'm gonna try and deepen it. And then I'm gonna put the Born This Way on this side, the Too Faced on this side, but I'm gonna try and lighten it. The Born This Way is way too warm for me. Way too warm. So I don't know what that's gonna look like once I start putting some lightening drops in there, but we'll go ahead and see how that goes. Like, virtually none of the foundations that I own have the right undertone for me, like, period, to begin with. So this should be interesting. I kind of figured I could just pick this even though it's got the wrong undertone because none of them have the right undertone. So it's neither here nor there. Okay, so we've got our Physicians Formula Shade Adjuster Foundation Adjusting Drops. So you get a lightener and a deepener in here. They are 0.47 fluid ounces or 13.9 milliliters each. And let's read what it says. So what is it? Color adjusting drops that transform your foundation into the perfect shade to match your unique skin tone. Do the light drops lighten your foundations a shade lighter? Oh, just one? Oh, interesting. While the dark drops darken your foundation a shade darker, staying true to its natural depth. That doesn't make any sense. Shake before use. Apply foundation to the back of your hand and add 1 drop of your chosen shade adjuster. Once blended, apply foundation to the face. Well, that's pretty straightforward. We can do that. I think this was $9.99 from Shoppers Drug Mart, and I just ordered it online and it came. Okay, so let's start out with the e.l.f. So this is the one that's too light. This is the Flawless Finish Foundation in the color Vanilla. So I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put 2 pumps of that. We're gonna try and deepen this using the deepener. So this is just straight brown, just plain old brown. I can't even tell if there's like a undertone to it or not. I'd imagine it's got a warmer undertone. I wouldn't. And that's pretty neutral actually. Oh, it dries down really quick too. Oh, so let's get the too pale one out of the way first, because I feel like that's not what a lot of us lighter complected people are dealing with at the moment. So it says 1 drop. 1 drop. And it's kind of difficult because it's pretty thick. Okay, we got a drop. One drop has gone in there. So I'm mixing it in. I can kind of see it deepening a little bit. It doesn't look like it's doing too much. Oh no, yes. Yes. Okay, so mixed in. That is one drop. Let me see a little shot of the original right beside it. Does it look like it's kind of a little bit? Is that a whole shade? Does that count as a whole shade? I don't know. I don't understand. I feel like Physicians Formula kind of like, they have shite for foundation to begin with and like concealer. Not shite, I shouldn't say that. It's just like nobody gives a shit about it. So I'm kind of interested why Physicians Formula decided that they were going to be the guys that do this. You know what? I'm going to go one more drop. I hope I don't look stupid. One more drop. Let's go. Come on, drop. Drop. Okay. Okay, that definitely looks different. That definitely looks like it might even be too dark. Well, whatever. Okay, so let's put the original right beside it. Yes. Okay. So we have definitely deepened that out. Maybe too much. But let's go in and see. I kind of like it. At least so far. I mean, it's not awful, but it's not right yet. Ugh. I want it a little bit deeper than that though. I'm going to put another drop in. Okay, so a third drop. That might be too deep. I'm going to do it anyways. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh, okay. Does it look even different? It looked like it was going to wind up being way too deep, but it appears to be almost there. This is better than how it started. So I'm going to call the deepening a near success. I think that was pretty successful. I don't see any like weird reactions or anything. I don't see it, you know, like not playing fun with the foundation. It mixed in really well. The moment of truth. What I'm worried about with this is that it's gonna make it ashy. So I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Born This Way. I got the color Natural Beige, which was never really my color to begin with. It was slightly deep for me, but the problem was it was way too warm and always, you know, like I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. And peachy, fuck, my problems with peachy, man, always peachy. Got 2 pumps of the Born This Way in there. Start with just 1 drop and see what happens. 1 drop. Does it look like we changed anything? I don't know. I'm just gonna test my face with it. Let's test the face first. Okay. I'm going in. Okay, so I'm gonna use the other side of my sponge. Okay. I mean, it definitely lightened it. Okay, so 1 drop did it. Yeah, 1 drop did it. I could probably add another drop in. I'm gonna try 1 more drop with the lightener. A big drop. Oh, well that did a lot. Wow. Wow, okay, so that's too pale now. Does that look weird? Okay, so I was gonna say you can go more than 1 shade, but I think there's some sacrifices that get made. And of course, the undertone is an undertone designed for a deeper skin tone. So I think this is starting to look a little bit weird now that I've added the extra drop. It's not bad, but you can definitely see the difference there. So that was about 2.5 drops. Like I did 1 drop and then I did 1 big blobby drop. So both of these foundations, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really dig all that much. I really wanted to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear, but it actually still matched me okay. It was still okay, so we didn't go there. It has the right undertone. It's got like an olive undertone. That's probably why it's too warm for me, but it still works for me. So I gotta stop playing with that in my hand, put it down with the snappy snappies. Okay. So I did want to use something that was a little more likable. That said, both of these I know crease pretty bad, but they're creasing a lot worse than normal. It could just be me. It could just be, you know, like me perceiving it like that, but it looks pretty bad in my normal crease spots. And I feel like these maybe are contributing to that in some way. Aside from that, they really didn't do a bad job. They just didn't do a stunner of a job or anything, you know, like it wasn't significant. Maybe I gotta mix in a little bit more. You wanna go wild? I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna go in with 4 drops on each side. Give me a second. Okay. I think I was a little too conservative with that first go around. So I'm gonna try the elf on this side, and then I'm gonna put the Born This Way on this side. So we can see the big difference in color there. Ooh. Oh, okay, 1, 2, let's call that 2. 3 and 4 drops of lightener to the Too Faced side. That's clearly too dark for me. And then 1, 2, 3? I don't know. This is a terrible applicator, I'm not gonna lie. These are hard to use. So we've got the Too Faced on that side. This is the elf. Wow. I actually kind of like the undertone of that. Oh no! Oh, elf. What have I done? Oh, jeez. Oh, there's a little bit of that white still in there. Okay, so we've got that there. This is wrong color for me. Hey, let's do it though. Let's see what happens. That deepener just kind of made a gray tone. What's going on? Is this matching me? Am I gray? No. Oh. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that that elf was, of course, pale to start with, and then a cooler undertone. And then when I added those lighty or the dark deepening drops, it made it what looked like, and you saw that, it looked like it was like way wrong. But I like it. It actually suits my, okay, so maybe I'm just gray. That's my problem. I'm gray. And then this side, you know, that's not that bad. Okay, so you need a few more drops than you think you need, but then it works out. Hey, look at that. Wow. You saw when that went on, right? Like that looked like it should not have worked. And that was a perfect color for me. That elf with 4 big ass drops. Huh. Where do I sign up for the gray brown undertone? Or maybe I could just like mix that in with all of my foundations and get that weird, no, because it's the undertone of this makeup that made this beautiful. So that does look a little pale on this side, but I mean, it's not like incredibly obvious or anything like that. Like it's definitely doable. And again, I think it's the wrong undertone. And no matter what I do, I think that wrong undertone is going to be a little bit off. I think I probably could have even put 1 more drop of lightener into that Too Faced side and still gotten away with something. But this, I'm so happy with this color. It's not quite as like greeny as my skin green. I'm green. Yeah, it doesn't have that like that same kind of, I mean, I think I'm kind of like a bit of a cool undertone to begin with, which kind of brings out that greeny looking thing. And so I actually kind of look almost the same color on both sides. I don't think it's like really, really obvious. Give me a second. I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my makeup and we'll talk about it. Okay, face is done. All I used was my Linda Hallberg Infinity Deep and Original Infinity and did the rest of my face. That's everything that I have on my eyes as well too. The only thing that's not Linda Hallberg or the foundations and shade adjusters that we're using today is on my lips, and that is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the color Stone, if you were wondering. Anyways, okay, so I bronzed up everything, done my contour and blush and highlight and lipstick, and I actually can't tell too much of a difference. I can tell that this side is a little bit deeper than this side. Neither of them look bizarre, even though I've used quite a bit of drops. Like, okay, so the first go around we did there, I used 2 drops, I think. I think it was just 2 drops in both of them. And it was okay. It was okay. I thought this time around I was just going to be silly and do it ridiculous, and nope. Like, my complaint with the deepener though is that it did give it an I don't want to say ashy because that's the wrong word, but it would be appropriate, but it gave it a bit of a gray hue. So if you've got like something with a cool undertone to it and you want to deepen it, you might wind up with a gray hue, which didn't actually work out too terribly for me. Like, it was All right, so it was a deep tone, but in a cool undertone. It worked. It worked for me. I like that. I think it looks good. I brought it all down my neck too, so that it like kind of, and you can't see, like, there's no like big crazy line or anything like that. These really weren't that far off from each other here. I'll show it to you on the palette. So the mixed up part is the part that's already deepened. So that was the e.l.f. that was too pale. And that one was the Too Faced that was too deep. And then you can see over like what it looked like before I mixed it, just kind of like above it. Sorry if I'm like blinding you or showing you my filthy apartment. But you can tell that there's a big difference. The biggest difference being the e.l.f., the one that we deepened a little bit, which in all fairness is not the direction a lot of people are trying to go right now, because we're not getting out in the sun and we need deeper stuff. We don't need deeper stuff. We need paler stuff for our pale, pale asses. All in all, I'm not disappointed. I kind of expected there to be problems at some point, like ashiness with the lightener, or like, I don't know, like the wrong undertone with the deepener. And again, like I said, the deepener, cool undertones, you're gonna wind up with a little bit of grayness to it, but that didn't work out so bad. This goes a lot further than this does though. For $9 too, this is a pretty cool solution to a problem that a lot of people are facing, which is their foundations are too deep for them right now. Like me. These don't contribute to any kind of finish change, so you know, like if you have a shitty creasy foundation, it's not gonna be worse or anything, I don't think. I initially thought that they did, but to be honest, like this second go around where I've added more of these to a smaller amount of foundation and didn't double it up, like I didn't do 2 layers of foundation like I did in the first attempt. And it's not looking any more creasy than it normally would or anything. So I don't think that, these change the way that it settles or sits or anything like that. I'm pretty impressed with this, and I'm going to keep trying and using it. For $10, I think this is an excellent steal, and I would suggest anybody, if you're struggling with your foundation not matching where it should be matching, go for it. Especially if you have a foundation that's too light for you. I think this works a little bit better for foundations that are too pale and you need to deepen them, rather than foundations that are too deep and you need to lighten them. But whatever, it's good in a pinch. And again, there's other companies that do this, like the Cover FX shade adjustment drops or something like that. And shade, I don't know what the hell they're called. I'll put it down there. But they're quite a bit more. They're on sale in Sephora right now, but I'm still not going to buy them because I can't test them, because I can't go look at testers or anything like that. And I'm just back in the same damn boat because it has a huge shade range. Who does that? It's like, man, this was so much easier. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. And yeah, I'm really glad that kind of worked out. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you're staying well, staying safe, and I will see you in another video. Super, super soon, okay? Bye. I'm like sitting here like I'm a weirdo. Oh, doesn't look the same. It's not the same. Oh, kitty. Oh, you chew your toe being so hard. Oh. Oh, damn, cat. I feel, oh my god. Okay. I don't bend so good.